Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let me hit start. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we are clear. Ready to go live in 5, 4. Cue the talent. 3. Hey, I said cue the talent. 2 and 1. Attention hobbyists, sports fans, and collectors nationwide and abroad. It's time to get hype. Come on. About the hobby we are all a part of. Live from the Mojo Break Studios. It's Dan and Doug. Check it out. Come on. So, get hype. Be hype. This is The Hype.
Light screen.
What's going down, everyone? Mojo Break the Hype coming at you, episode number 85, and we've got a lot of fun, juicy topics today. The Trout mega deal, we'll discuss that. Vladimir Guerrero throwing cards into a box that he signed for upcoming products. Prospects on the rise. And lots of other stuff. NT Mayfields, we're going to start that off. Dan, what's going down, dude?
Chilling. Stoked that the Rams signed the great Clay Matthews. What's up with that?
Oh, man. What
You
happened
know,
to Clay
you know you're
Matthews?
jealous. You know you're jealous.
What happened to Clay
You
Matthews?
guys got Quan Alexander. We got Clay Matthews.
And how old is Clay Matthews? Like 45?
I think he's only 32.
Yeah,
A young man. Young man.
Young man, okay.
Young man in his prime.
He's part of the what? What do you call it?
The Ramley.
The Ramley.
The
Okay.
Ramley.
The Ramley.
Well, now he is.
Well, the Raiders got Burfict. That was a better signing.
It's not your birthday.
Thank you guys for joining us. We also have a podcast version of this on iTunes, and if you're listening there, thank you guys for downloading and listening. So we've got a lot of breaks on the website. We have a lot of pre-sale stuff, too. We have Inception Baseball 2019 just came out today. Nice patch autos, books, great stuff to chase in that. And Cornerstones chasing Luca, quad patch autos, and the ever so in demand downtown insert. Are you excited about the downtown insert, C-Rad?
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that one of your favorite inserts?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
It's one of the nicest cards every single year for basketball.
Yeah? Would you rather have one of those or a Kaboom? What's your favorite?
I would rather have a downtown insert.
Or Galactic.
Ooh, Galactic,
Ooh.
baby. Come on. Galactic.
Galactic.
All day Revolution.
Yeah,
Number one product.
I think C-Rad's about to get a Revolution tattoo at some points, right? A little tramp stamp right on the back there.
Just waiting for an Eminence Revolution.
Oh, hell yeah.
And a quick off-topic, Chad brought up a good question in the chat. What do you think the downtown Lucas will go for?
Shit, 1,000, 1,500.
1,500. Well, we're so great at making predictions on what cards will sell for. We're going to bring up last week and Baker Mayfield and NTRPAs because we were absolutely 100% wrong. We weren't even close.
Not even close.
I mean, if we were guessing half, we would have been on point. But just to remind you guys, last week's version was only a video podcast, but we had C-Rad guessing 2,500 on an RPA. Dan guessed 1,800. And myself, I guessed 2,200. So I guess C-Rad was the closest, so winner chicken dinner. Dan, by your math, because you predicted contenders to go for 150. So I think whatever price Dan predicts, if you times it by 5, it'll be right on par.
I stand behind my my value.
You do?
I think it's slightly inflated right now. I think it's going to come down to earth. It'll be around $1,800
When he's in the AAF?
I mean, dude, do you really think he's worth $4,500?
It's more than that. That was a buy it now. So what we have on the screen for you guys listening to the podcast, a recent Baker Mayfield to 99 RPA out of the recent 2018 National Treasures. One sold for a buy it now of $4,400. There's 2 or 3 ones that are up there now on eBay with bids over $6,000.
That guy played himself.
So that guy sold it for less. He
Do
probably
you-
thought he had a shoe came up on that one.
You have $6,000 floating around right now. Are you buying a Baker Mayfield for $6,000?
Why not, man?
You think it's a good investment?
so.
Man, you
I believe
love
in
that
him.
guy so much.
I love his face.
You love him so much. It's weird.
I ordered some of that underwear he's sporting, just so I could be like Baker.
Didn't he have,
Everybody wants to be like
Didn't
Baker.
he have like a tiger next to him or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to get one of those too.
Trying to get a tiger?
Yeah, I'm trying to get one in my house. I need somebody to. My
Man,
little dog doesn't protect my house very well anymore. So
I'm not seeing it because you can get. I think Sam Darnold is probably about half
about half.
of what Baker's going for.
Yeah, but it's Sam Darnold. I mean, it's Baker Mayfield.
Dude,
Little
even
Bay.
the name. You got Sam or Baker.
Samuel.
Samuel or Baker.
Darnold or Mayfield.
I mean, based on name alone, Baker. I mean, it's a football name, right?
Dude,
And
they didn't even go 500.
I can't even say Lil Sam, Lil Darnold.
he contributed to 6 wins, and they had 0 the year before. And what did they do? NT week's dropping. NT's dropping on Friday, and what do? They get Odell Beckham on Monday. I mean,
Oh, they did it. They did it for the release.
They did it.
They did it for the release.
Panini talked to
For the hobby.
Odell. I mean, they're like, so what do you guys think? If Odell didn't sign,
Odell got traded.
Sorry, let me correct myself. If there was no Odell Beckham trade, how much did that add to these cards? Was it 1,000? Was it 2,000?
At least 1,500, I would say.
You think that the ODB signing added $1,500? Mm-hmm. I can't discount that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got all the toys that he needs, right? He's got the best receiver
Kareem Hunt's not going to be playing for 8 weeks.
for 8 weeks, but he's got Chubb and he's got Duke Johnson as well.
So Chubb, Duke Johnson. What about their defense? How are they going to stop anybody?
Denzel Ward had a hell of a year. Myles Garrett.
So they got 2 guys.
I got 2 guys that I know of. Yeah.
They traded away one of them. Jabril Peppers got traded away.
Yeah. Well, that was to get Odell Beckham. I mean, that was kind of a no-brainer.
But you need an offensive line. You need a defensive line. You need other pieces to the puzzle.
I disagree. You just need Baker.
You just need Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry.
100%.
Super Bowl.
Yep, that's it.
So you guys remember the argument discussion we had maybe last week or 2 weeks ago about the contenders, cracked ice, and NTRP? I think there's no question now. NTRP is officially
It is a
surpassed
king. Yeah,
cracked ice.
it is a king.
You couldn't have said that years before. The cracked ice always sells more than RPA.
I think I said that, right? Once in a while, I say some things that are right.
It's only
that-
true for this year though.
No,
Years
it's
previously,
forever.
cracked ice sells more than RPA.
No, it's forever true. Everybody the RPA is the National Treasures RPA is the card you want to collect. That is
for
football.
an
for football.
RPA. For an RPA.
Well,
not an on card, just a
no,
straight up on card
I,
RL.
I say any rookie card. Any rookie card. That is the rookie card you want.
I'm gonna give you a sales figure: $5,500 for a cracked ice Baker Mayfield sold on March 11th.
Okay.
$5,500.
But you got to remember, there's only 23.
I'm
of
looking-
those.
And we were predicting that.
And I'm looking
25
at
but you
6,100.
But you predicted
for an
1,800
RPA.
for the NTRPA.
Well, I mean, I stand behind that. Talk to me in, I don't know, December, January.
I don't know.
When they're basically like when they go 4-12, is Baker going to be the quarterback the following year?
Yeah, he's got 1 year safe.
He's got
safe.
so in 2 years we can be like, all right,
In 2 years, yeah.
who the Browns going to get this year in the draft? They need another quarterback.
I don't know, man. This is a savior. He's the face of football.
What is it? What is
Him
it-
and Patrick
Can you
Mahomes
tell
are the
me
new generation.
What is it about Baker Mayfield that you like? That you look at? Would you want him to be a 49er over Garoppolo?
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah. Wow.
No.
Oh God.
100%.
What is it? What have you seen on tape? What has he done?
He just he battles
Because the only
media.
thing you told me about is a underwear commercial. You didn't say anything about
Oh.
the intangibles he has. Can he throw the ball? Can he read a defense?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No. It's just the way, you had vanilla quarterbacks like Jared Goff and Blake Bortles and all these guys
so
that
now
just
two guys who are on the Rams.
Wow, yeah, that's right. Blake Bortles is on the Rams. You had Andy Dalton. You had all these just vanilla quarterbacks that are in the league, and then you got a guy that's battling the media that isn't afraid to say what he's going to say. He goes to Hugh Jackson on the sideline. He grabs his crotch. It's just something that we need in this time of, changing of the guard. You got Brady on his way out, maybe Rodgers a few years behind him, Breeze on the way out. This is our guy. Him and Mahomes.
Still didn't say anything about what he does on the football field.
He wins games. He won 6 games.
You said he talked crap to Hugh Jackson and grabbed his crotch. That has nothing to do with X's and O's.
That's a recipe for success. Grabbing crotches and yelling at coaches leads to success. And I mean, there's thousands of other people that are bidding on these cards they're on my side.
All jumping in on the hype.
Oh yeah, why not? I mean, if Patrick Mahomes RPAs are $10,000, you got to think that you're going to pay up on Mayfield, get it close to that, right? So I mean, AFC Championship in a couple years is going to be Browns Chiefs.
Bold right here. I will bet you. I don't know what we're going to bet. You could name the prize, you can name the amount of money, whatever. I bet you that the Jets make the playoffs and the Browns don't.
Oh my God. What if they both make the playoffs? Then you lose the bet?
No, then we it's a tie.
That's an easy
The
bet.
Jets aren't making the playoffs.
The Jets, I think, have
No.
just as good of chance of making the playoffs.
But
as
you
the Browns.
downplayed the Le'Veon Bell signing last week. You said it wasn't going to really help him out too much. That he's Thomas Jones or whatever all over again.
Thomas
Or
Jones.
Matt Forte.
I said Matt Forte.
Same thing.
I didn't say
Same
Thomas
guy.
Jones. Matt Forte is a really good pro. He did a little bit of everything. He was decent on the Jets. He wasn't as good as he was on the Bears.
Quick question for the chat: Is Matt Forte and Le'Veon Bell the same jet? Is that what we're gonna get? We're gonna have the same jet there. Is that the same person? Just regurgitated later on.
But I stand behind. I think the Jets are going to make the playoffs.
What is it
before the
about
Browns.
Sam Darnold? I mean, is it his large forehead? I mean, I have a large forehead, so I can agree with that. What is it about Sam Darnold?
I guess, I mean, that he doesn't have the attitude that Baker has.
So you don't like Baker's attitude?
I don't like Baker's
You think
attitude.
he's a spoiled millennial?
The whole crop of quarterbacks, I think they actually all fit in that mold.
But he's the most outspoken, where the other guys are going to take the trail. I mean, Baker's going to have guys that love him and guys that hate
it works
him.
right now because he won 6 games, but he starts the season, 0-6 or 0-8 or something like that. Those antics aren't going to be as cool. When you're losing, people don't like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that division's getting weaker, though. I mean, the Steelers were pulled apart. I mean, what do the Steelers have still? They have Ben Roethlisberger and Juju Smith. There was a report.
I would never bet against the Steelers.
There was an old Steeler that came out that said that Ben Roethlisberger in one of the playoffs games fumbled on purpose because he didn't like the call. So, I mean, there's a mess going on in Pittsburgh. Ravens are running out Lamar Jackson. Is Lamar Jackson going to succeed? And then you got the Bengals. So the Browns are going to win that division.
The Browns are not going to win that.
Yeah, they're going to win
The
that.
Browns
I'll bet you.
not-
I'll
are-
bet you $100.
Oh, I'll bet you $100.
The Browns win the division next year.
Absolutely not.
All right, all right.
That's
Done
still,
deal.
That is the Steelers. That's the Steelers' division to lose.
I bet you guys. I bet you Dan a pho that the Browns win more than 6 games.
I'm saying 10.
More than 6 games. And why are we viewing a successful season at 6 games?
No, I'm saying 10-6.
10-6.
10-6.
I think they're going 6-10.
10
And I don't think they make the playoffs.
I think they're going to sweep the
And I think the
division.
Jets do make the playoffs.
Is that $100 or store credit?
Mojo bucks.
Mojo bucks. So, and these are some recent auctions, or buy it nows on some stuff that came out of National Treasures. A shield, not the RPA design shield, but the Mayfield Shield Auto 101. Somebody's trying to get $50,000 for. And I didn't even know this is in the product, but there was a Marvin Gaye
That's awesome.
cut auto.
I would love that card.
Somebody's trying to get $20,000. Let's get it on.
I got 500 for him.
That'd be pretty sweet, though. Marvin Gaye, $100 check, cut
Hell yeah.
auto.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. He died young, too, I think, right? So, and
He was murdered by his father.
he was, yeah. But he was young, though, when it
Yeah.
happened, right? Yeah. This was a recent sale through our consignment site. It was a Sam Darnold first off the line RPA to 15, went for $3,800 today. So, the spot price on that break was $60.
Two.
So I think that's worthy of a little shoe came up. So $60 turned into $38.50. We have more NT today, guys, and there's crazy hits to chase still. I don't think any of the really big shields have came out. I think Lamar's been pulled, but other than that, I haven't seen any Mayfield True RPA 101. I mean, you see what those things are going for. It's crazy. So
Limited NT today. I think there's only like a couple spots left in the numbers break.
that could be you today. Join in on some groups. Did you say the random number's already sold out?
No, groups is sold out.
Groups is sold out, so a few spots in
I think
random
number has like 8 or 10 spots left.
Nice, nice.
Came up.
So
We'll
get
have
in on
more
some
throughout the
NT.
week.
Yeah, we're getting a little low, but jump in while you can. This stuff is rising to almost $4,000 a case now. It's just crazy. It's crazy thinking from last year what we had with 2017 NT to what we have now. And I think you can thank Mahomes for paving the way that football RPAs can sell for over $5,000. And that's what's going down.
People were getting a hell of a deal on those Chiefs last year then, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think anybody that hit an RPA, because I think when Mahomes was when the product came out, I think those Mahomes RPAs were like $1,500. Now they're $7,000-$8,000.
Which was a lot back then. It was like, damn, $1,500.
See, that's only a year ago.
I know. It seems like forever ago.
You're all back in the day.
Back in my day.
Hey,
2017 National Treasures.
It's like when Panini puts throwback jerseys of guys from 2017. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Back in the day, a year ago.
Well, I wanted to move into some Vladimir Guerrero conversations, and I definitely recommend checking out jesseguerrero.jg on Instagram. I believe, without knowing or doing any research, that Jesse is Vladimir Guerrero's agent, from what I could tell, because he's taken a lot of pictures with Vlad and shown a lot of cards, which is great. So you can see some upcoming Bowman, you can see some upcoming Panini stuff. But there was a little bit of controversy, and the video was pulled down. So at a recent signing session for Panini, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., which appears to be at his house or a rental probably in Florida, was signing, it looks like, Spectra cards, National Treasures cards, Flawless cards, Prism cards, and a bunch of other stuff. And there's a video of him signing the cards and literally throwing them in a box. And this is the picture, but there was a video that go along with it. So if you're watching the video, you can see there's a box by him. So he's signing those, and he's throwing them in the box. So this sparked outrage amongst the community. Saying there's going to be no Conrad 7s. There's going to be no BGS 9.5s because Vladimir Guerrero doesn't care about your trading cards. He just cares about getting through these as fast as possible and throwing them in the box. So there was some outrage. And this is the first time the collecting community has brought stuff up like this. There was a Jason Tatum, what was that set?
Stack of Opulence.
Opulence cards that were just thrown across the room. There's been rumors of Jared Goff at an event playing Frisbee with his NFL RPA shield. So, these guys are trying to get through these as fast as possible and do it, as quickly as possible. So I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts. You can hit us up on Twitter or Instagram on your thoughts about this, and you can also comment on it in the chat. What do you think? I mean, what's the deal here?
I think Vlad needs a bigger table.
I think so.
I don't think he has anywhere to put the finished product.
It sounds like it.
And there is a lot of Vlad cards on that table, which is awesome because you're not going to see any Vlad Jr. cards in top products unless they're going to come out and be whoa.
There's a slide coming up.
Unless
little
it's going to
segue at the end.
Unless it's going to be a mystery redemption of some sort.
There you go. So I don't know where that's going in, but there is Bowman cards that are coming out. I don't know if it's going to come out in 2019 Bowman or Bowman Chrome or Bowman Draft. But there is some Vladimir Guerrero. So after his Panini signing, he was signing for tops.
I guess it can come out in Bowman.
Yeah, it doesn't say first Bowman and it doesn't say rookie card. So, but I don't know if he's signing them now if they're going to make it in April's release for Bowman.
If I had to say, I would say it's going to be a Bowman Chrome.
That's what that would be my guess, but we'll see. I mean, or he's a redemption in Bowman already.
Now, Bowman Chrome doesn't come out until late in the season.
Right.
We're looking at I think August.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
around Nationals,
for him to be signing those right now, that is the right timeline for them to be getting content for a release that's going to be coming out.
What is it, April 17th? I mean, I guess they could technically get it into Bowman. It might be a little tough with the 70,000 cases they make.
Come on.
If you're listening to the podcast version, by the way, we have Bowman Chrome images of Vladimir Guerrero that were on the Jesse Guerrero Instagram.
You want to bet $100 on that?
Sexy.
What?
You want to bet that those cards come out in Bowman Chrome?
No, I don't want to take that bet.
Because you know it's not.
Hey, he ain't throwing these in the box, though, right?
Doesn't seem like it, but we don't know.
Is that a super?
There's a super there. Yeah, that first image was a super too. Is that a different picture? Okay, so there's two different ones. Look. So there's that one. Or no, that's the same image.
Same picture.
Same image. Picture. Okay. So same image. That's a super
It
close
looks
up.
like the printing plate is a different photo, but I think it's because it's reversed.
Flipped opposite.
Yeah,
Flipped.
you're right. You're right. That's what threw me off. So I wanted to do a quick little like kind of skit just to kind of, show you guys our opinion on an athlete that's got a ton of money and who's obviously signing, just to predict, probably 10,000 cards between Topps and Panini in the last couple days. It's probably signed 10,000 cards. So the importance to them compared to the importance to the hobby is completely different. So I'm going to play the role as the agent. Daniel Anderson is going to be my athlete. And Daniel Anderson, he makes a lot of money. He's a top prospect for the A's organization. He's going to get a ton of money. He's got a Reebok deal.
Okay,
He's got a New Balance
first
deal.
First off, I won't be getting a ton of money from the A's.
You're getting a ton of money for the A's.
Oh.
I'll get a ton of money from the Yankees.
So
when I leave.
And I'm Doug Boris, and I'm showing up at your Florida house, and I've got 10,000 cards from Panini to sign.
So do I play for the A's or do I play for the? We're in
Let's
Scottsdale.
not get off on these technicalities. All right, we're in Scottsdale.
There we
but
go.
You have another house in Tampa that we're just visiting. We're just visiting that house. And, I've got, hey, Daniel, I know your time is very valuable, but we've got 25,000 cards to sign here for Panini.
25,000?
Yeah, we need them done today. So
Today?
Yeah, that's a contract.
Oh
so,
man, I got things I got to do.
I think you need to start.
I got to hit the cage.
No, I think you got to start working on.
I got to
this
hit
now.
the. But
I need to get my bonus.
But the A's are paying me to learn on my baseball techniques and all that good stuff.
Well, these were
so-
due 8 months ago, and you've been busy hanging out at the club.
Oh, so you want me to sign how many?
You got to sign 25,000 of them.
Nah, I could do like 200.
No, you got to do them all now.
How much am I?
You want me to help you?
How much am I getting paid?
Can I sign your autograph too?
Whatever.
Can I get half the money?
No.
No, I mean, but
No,
you,
I need my money, man.
you've been at the club and you've been hanging out with.
Why do you
chicks
keep on saying
and-
I've been going to the club?
Because you could have been signing the
I've been
autos.
at the club, man. I've been working on my craft.
I don't know,
but
man.
regardless, whatever. So
Looks
I'm
like you gained a little bit of weight too, so you probably haven't been in the cage. So you could have been signing. You might have been burning some cows that way.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll sign 200 of them now.
No, you're gonna have to sign 25,000 of them.
How many?
Panini needs them now because Inception.
How much am I getting per card?
Because Inception Origins or whatever product Spectra is coming out.
How much are they selling these cards for?
They're going for $400. Your auto.
Oh, so I get 400 each one?
No, you get.
Because I'll sign 25,000. I'll be getting 400 of them.
No, you get $5.
I get $5.
You get $5.
No.
I mean that's like a Subway sandwich. You could look at it like I'm getting a Subway sandwich every time I sign.
Okay. Whatever.
Or a
Whatever.
McDonald's
Whatever.
meal. So
Whatever.
well, I think those. Why are you throwing them?
Because I'm trying to get done with them.
Why are you
I
trying
got
to
things I got 25,000 of them. I got stuff I got to do, man.
Well, yeah, but they told me that I mean, you didn't want them to
I
come.
thought
and
you were going to sign them.
Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can practice that. I don't know if I'll be able to get that auto here. I mean, Tracy Hackler, he's gonna be really mad at me for these. We were supposed to witness this, but you were at the club last night, so they couldn't
Keep
even
on
send
saying
Panini out.
I wasn't at the club, man.
Yeah. You don't even want to go down to spring training.
I wasn't at the club.
You didn't even want to sign in front of Panini though.
I wasn't at the club.
How much is your shoe deal? How much is your shoe deal? I worked out for you. It was like $2 million, right?
I wear shoes. What's up? Why are you asking me so many questions, bro? Why don't you get to work?
Because I'm starting to think that.
Why don't you?
Why are we signing?
If these are selling for $400, why am I only getting $5? And
I don't know.
I just signed like 2,000 of them already.
Yeah, I don't know.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Keep signing, agent.
I'll finish them up for you, or I'll get your mom to sign them for him as well. Maybe your mom can perfect that Lulu auto you have there. So what we were trying to put in perspective is that the athlete doesn't really give a shit. Doesn't really care. I mean,
Well,
the money
have-
they're getting paid, it pales in comparison to the money they're making on the field or endorsements, stuff like that.
I mean, it's embellished. It's not necessarily for all athletes. Some of these athletes, the biggest upfront money they get is from these manufacturers for these autograph deals. So
Those guys are happy to sign.
those guys are happy to sign. I mean, I don't know. That whole skit is over embellished.
Obviously over-embellished.
It is like the extreme. That is not necessary. That's probably the consensus with about 5% of the signers.
Right. I mean, and there is some guys that do it for the fans, and they realize that they have to sign for the fans because, the fans are what put meat in the seats, come to see them. But I think when you receive, if you go back to that initial Panini photo, how overwhelming is that when you have a full kitchen? Just there's no room for food. It's just all cards that need to be signed. I mean, how overwhelming is that? It's like not doing your homework in school for a whole year and having to do it all at once. I mean, you could see these guys are just going to run through these. Their auto's going to change. They're not going to really give a crap at the halfway through. They're going to throw the cards. They're going to take breaks. It doesn't really matter to them. So,
and I don't.
And I'm not condoning throwing the cards in a box. I'm just saying.
I don't think he went through all those cards in one day. There's no way. I mean, there's no way. I mean, if you were to sit down and sign your autograph for 12 hours nonstop, how many autographs do you think you can sign? 15,000?
Maybe 5,000. I mean,
5,000.
But then you got to think that this guy's playing baseball. He doesn't want to be sore for baseball from signing autographs, right?
Okay, I don't think he's going to be sore.
Well, you're going to eat the wrist, a little flick of the wrist. I mean, it might be a little sore.
I think he may be exhausted from doing it.
I just signing paperwork for a car, and my hand was.
But granted, I mean, Vlad does have a lot of hype, and his agent probably got him to get a pretty decent money.
Yeah.
So granted, he's probably getting paid a lot more than $5.
Probably a little bit more, but
not probably a little bit more. I mean, he's going to be the driving force with a lot of the baseball releases this year. He is going to be
the chase.
The chase.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty confident that his agent or his people who are working around him, his marketing team, they know that. So they negotiated probably a pretty good sweetheart deal for him. So, he's probably getting paid a fair amount. So,
but he hasn't turned down anybody. I mean, he's in Leaf. I mean, he's in Panini.
Should sit down and.
He's probably gonna be in Upper Deck. I mean, he might be in Super Break. I mean, Doug's Duels. I mean, he might be in everything. I mean, so there's gonna be no shortage of Bowman Chrome or any Vlad Guerrero autos. What do we think this auto is going to go for? I mean, the base autos now at a 2016 Chrome are going for $1,000.
I was really trying to hit your camera. I just barely missing.
Oh, yeah, I was
barely missing.
Let me see if I can hit it.
Oh,
no, not even close. Okay, not even close. But yeah, look at Dan's autograph. It actually kind of looks like Vladimir Guerrero's, dude. What are you even trying to?
No, that right there. That's my auto.
Okay.
That one, dude. You can't do it.
You're at a farther shot. So, but yeah, I mean, it sucks that the cards are dinged. Hopefully they're not. It was a video. The video has been pulled, I think. Max linked up something. I didn't get a chance to click on it, so I don't know if it was still up there or not. But I looked for it. I couldn't find it. And we got Vladimir Guerrero supposedly going to come out and crush, home runs that are 500 feet and bat 400. So he's the next coming. He's the next guy right now.
How about Eloy getting his extension before he's even taken in a major league at bat?
That's crazy.
What's up with that?
That's crazy. I have his cards in the prospect report coming up. So, but you know what? These prices are all kind of based on what Trout did. And let's talk about Trout. $430 million deal. Mike Trout, forever an Angel. The hobby impact. I think it's great for the hobby in a sense that we're not going to have Trout switch teams. So his rookie cards.
Unless he gets traded.
His Bowman draft. Yeah, I mean, I guess he could get traded. But his rookie cards, they're going to hold their value. I mean, I think the Bowman draft card will always be where it's going to be. But maybe some of those third, fourth, fifth year autos would have kind of lost some value if he would have went to the Phillies or any other team. But he's going to be an Angel for life pretty much now. What do you think? Is it worth it? What do you guys think in the chat? Is that too much money for a player of his caliber, who's arguably probably the best player in baseball? Is it too much money? Is it not enough money? What do we think?
I think it's a good deal. I mean, I think in 2 years, if he was a free agent, I think we would have been talking about a $500 million contract.
It's crazy.
He almost got it. He got 430. But you know what I love about this is that we are in an era where no superstar player is really going to stay with one team.
Right.
We just saw that with Bryce Harper. Mike Trout, unless he gets traded, which who knows, he is committed to staying with one team his whole career, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
So he's one of my favorites now.
Well, and that brings up in his Bowman Draft Chrome, which is the one you want. If you got $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 to spend, the best Trout card is the 2009 Bowman Draft. Most of us know that, but if you're new to the hobby, the 2009 Bowman Draft, which is in the next slide, you can get it for this base, not a superfractor, not a gold, not a blue. $8,500 is about where they're going for now. So, which is that a good investment? At $8,500, a base Mike Trout. It's the best one.
I'm trying to think in 2015, what was that card going for?
I want to say they were a couple grand.
Was it about 1,500?
I think so.
Because I think when we started doing buyback products, we were trying to get one, and we didn't want to quite go in that 1,500, $2,000 mark. And now they're $8,500. Should have bought them all up at $2,000. Would have been a deal. But I think it's a good investment.
Ooh, breaking news. Topps Chrome rookies signed by Vladimir Guerrero.
Topps Chrome? How? But how? Are they saying that he is guaranteed to make his major league debut?
It doesn't matter. If he doesn't, they'll pull a Carlos Correa on him, and they'll put him in the next year. So those aren't guaranteed to be in this year's Chrome. Probably a good chance that they will be. But if not, we've seen what they did with Carlos Correa.
So
they held him out to the prior year.
Now that is a different card. So the other one was Bowman Chrome. Confident.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Well, Bowman.
But I think it's going to be in Bowman Chrome.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Because Bowman Chrome and Topps Chrome comes out, about a month and a half, 2 months before Bowman Chrome?
Yeah. And then, Chad actually says the best value, back to Trout, sorry we're jumping all over, but that was a pretty interesting little Instagram post by Jesse G, who's been bringing the pain on showing us all the cards, which is awesome. Props to him, Jesse Guerrero. Chad says the 2009 Elite Extra Auto is a good investment. So that's something to look into. I don't disagree. And then maybe the Sterling, 2009 Sterling, which is a little bit cheaper. But Mike Trout is going to be making $66,000 per at-bats. He's also going to be making $98,000 a day, basically, before taxes. Crazy. The median U.S. household annual earnings is $61,000.
I thought somebody put it was going to be $220,000 a game.
Yeah, something like that. Something crazy like that.
Nice.
Well worth it.
Shoot. But I was thinking about Mike Trout, and I think he's the most universally loved baseball player in the league. Can anybody dispute that? Is if you make a top 10 hated baseball player list, will anybody have Trout on there? Even top 20, even top 30. Will anybody have Mike Trout on there?
Well, it depends. Are they A's fans?
Well, I mean, I guess you could say the AL West, right? But this guy, I guess he just what is it? Is he playing baseball the right way? I mean, he doesn't gloat. What is it? Why do people? I mean, obviously he's good at putting up stats.
He's the opposite of Baker Mayfield.
But Bryce Harper compared to Trout, a lot of people hate Bryce Harper. But Trout is universally loved.
Bryce Harper doesn't hustle. He doesn't play the game the right way. Where Mike Trout does. Mike Trout hustles every play. His glove is amazing. He cares about defense. And he is going to stay with the same team. Harper turned down $300 million to stay with the team that drafted him.
Right.
He just turned. It was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out of here.
So that makes him a bad guy.
It doesn't make him very likable, does it?
Well, is it the fact that if you look at the two starting out, you look at Bryce Harper on the cover of Sports Illustrated before he even got drafted. I mean, he was 17 playing and skipped college, right? Didn't he go to community college to get a jump to get into the draft? Where Trout wasn't really talked about. Yeah, he was a first-round draft pick, late-round draft pick, but he had to go through the minors for a few years, and it feels like he maybe had to earn his way a little bit more.
Is
that what it is? Bryce Harper was kind of silver spoon?
Historically, go through baseball players that stayed with one team their whole career, and there's a connection to them being some of the most likable players as well. You look at Derek Jeter, likable.
Yeah.
Mariano Rivera, likable.
And they just named two Yankees.
Cal Ripken Jr., likable. Tony Gwynn, likable.
Yeah. Don Mattingly.
Did he play? I guess he did play for the Yankees.
Bo Jackson, go.
Bo Jackson bounced around. He played for the White Sox and Royals,
and Angels.
But think about all the
Bo Jackson. I'm thinking of Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, think about those players that have stayed with one team. They all seem to be likable by all fans for the most part.
So that can go with our argument that if you have a Bowman of a guy like, let's say, Bryce Harper.
Chipper Jones, another one, yeah.
Chipper Jones, yeah. So then you should probably sell your Bryce Harpers now because he's on a different team than his card. His card's a Nationals card. He's now on the Phillies. If he wins a World Series now, he's going to be on the Phillies. So is that almost death to collecting then when your guy gets traded?
It
doesn't seem.
Name how many times that has helped a card value though. Maybe Stanton.
Not really.
Maybe not really. But I mean,
No.
I think there was people thinking before the season started that his cards may go up because he was a Yankee.
Yeah, he had a spike right before
But that hasn't really changed his overall value. Name a time where it actually changing a team has changed the value for a player for the better. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
I mean, not in baseball.
Not in baseball.
No.
So I think with baseball, you want, if you're prospecting a player, you do not want them to ever leave that team.
No, especially when their first Bowman is on that. Now, if it's a guy like that gets traded what about Kalenic? So you got Kalenic, obviously he's going to be years away.
But you can also say Dansby Swanson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dansby Swanson hasn't really performed to like an all-star caliber player. So it's hard to say on that one. But Kalenic, you're right. Or Trey Turner. He's
Padre, yeah.
His first Bowman's on being a Padre. That really hasn't affected his value, but his value has never really been that high.
Right. And I wanted to bring in the point that as douchey as this gentleman is, Vegas Dave, I think, has created. It was almost like the Mahomes effect we talked about in segment 1. The Superfractor Mike Trout was bought for $400,000 from Vegas Dave, and you can see him in his douchey Ferrari. And I think that just put hope in everybody's eyes for prospects going forward that, hey, there's a card that could sell for $400,000. So we all need to now find the next Mike Trout so that we can sell to a guy in a Ferrari, that we can get that Ferrari and sell that crazy Superfractor. So I think it's kind of helped baseball in a sense that there's hope, that the jackpot can be had. Because you always hear those myths of these guys pulling these Superfractors and I'm going to get $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for this. Well, nobody buys it because how many people have $50,000 lying around, or $400,000 for that matter? So it's given hope, and I wanted to jump right into talking about some of the prospects that are performing in spring training and some of their recent prices. Nick Senzel for the Reds, who they have him slated at third base, probably going to make the team this year, is batting I think 300 for spring right now. And he's ranked 6th on the prospect list. A recent blue refractor out of 2017 Bowman. You can find his cards in 2017 Bowman. That's going to be his first Bowman. Sold for $683. So kind of a median price range compared to like Vlad, because Vlad's prices on a blue are going to be $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. So Nick Senzel, he's got a decent amount of power. In late 2018, he slashed .310 at a 20% strikeout rate and a 10% walk rate. The only blemish was the number of games he played. He only played 44. So he's got a pretty exciting skill set. He does play in a good hitter's ballpark, so that's a good guy who's having a decent spring. I like Keston Hira. I've been buying a lot of his cards for the Brewers. He's ranked number 12. His ceiling is a top 5 second baseman, and he's got a lot of different tools. He's .313 batting average after 165 games across multiple levels. So in those same, he slugged .502 with 17 home runs and 17 stolen bases. So he does have that speed as well. A recent green Bowman, and you can find him in 2017 Bowman draft. He's on the Brewers. Went for $358. So, and he's also in like Bowman's best if you want to go on the cheaper side, but we're talking about first Bowmans here. Those are going to be the ones that are comparable to the Trouts, the 2009 Trouts. And then Alex Kirilloff has been getting a lot of buzz. And this surprised me. His base auto from 2016 Bowman draft sold for $275. So Alex Kirilloff, they're saying he's probably not going to make it up this year. And they're moving him to first base. He's an outfielder by nature, but they're moving him to first base. He's got a lot of power, Twins have a lot of decent prospects. They got Royce Lewis as well. So Alex Kirilloff, you can find him in 2016 draft. And then we were talking about Eloy. So this was crazy. Dan brought it up earlier in the show. Eloy Jimenez is on the White Sox, but he has that whole first Bowman's on the Cubs. So I don't know. I don't know if you want to invest, but his refractors are going for, out of 2017 Bowman Chrome, are going for around $400. But he just signed a ridiculous deal, which means the White Sox do believe in this kid. Kid hit a monster home run in some spring training game, I think, a couple years ago, where it hit the lights. But he signed a deal. It's on the next screen. He signed a $75 to $80 million 8-year deal with a guaranteed $42 million, and he hasn't really taken an at-bat in baseball yet.
Well, he hasn't taken a major league at-bat
Exactly. So that's crazy. So there must be something.
It's all these crazy
contracts
that are going down. This is going to be the new norm. Top prospects are probably going to get extended before they even make their major league debut. They're basically going to have the rights to this kid until he's 30 years old.
Yeah.
So
they're taking a risk, but I think, what were you saying off air about in 2 years? I think the contracts are going to be restructured a little bit. So I think these teams, like you've seen with the Bregman deal, you've seen with obviously the Trout deal, is I think these guys are going to be worth significantly they're going to be worth more in 2 years. So I think these teams are trying to lock them up now to avoid having to pay in 2 years lots and lots of money, because they're going to probably restructure. The Players Association may strike, and then they may restructure some contracts.
Getting closer to that $1 billion deal.
So I think these teams are really kind of locking these guys
I think you're
in.
going to start seeing this with top prospects, though. A year before they probably make their debut, and you're gonna. I mean, I think. Even though this kid has not had an at-bat, in a major league at-bat, I think this is a really good deal for the White Sox.
Yeah.
I think they get a, middle of the lineup guy who obviously has pop until he's 30 years old for a discount. I mean, $42 million guaranteed over 6 years is nothing.
Well, that
in
means
today's baseball.
That means that he's going to start the season. Because now that whole Rule 5 thing is thrown out the window, right? Because he signed a deal.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he's slated to make the team out of spring training.
We'll see. But, I mean, if you sign him that kind of deal, you're not going to – well, maybe for a couple weeks. But I'm assuming he's going to be up with that kind of deal put into place.
So. I don't know.
Aries said, I do not like that deal for Jimenez. He has confidence in himself. Then he will regret that deal in 3 years.
Absolutely. It's not – I think that's a good deal for the White Sox. It's a bad deal for Jimenez.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, the White Sox got some interesting some stuff going on with Abreu and Moncada.
I can make the Sox.
Coming from a Cub fan. So, and then I some other notable auctions for prospects. We were talking about Royce Lewis. Royce Lewis, blue refractor, 2017 Bowman draft, numbered out of 150, PSA 10, $1,400 for Royce Lewis.
First overall pick.
Yeah, first overall pick, possible 5-tool player. I mean, it's crazy, though. I mean, it's crazy that this amount of money being spent.
They also have Nick Gordon, right?
They have Nick Gordon, but he's been around for a while. I don't know what he's...
I want to say he was drafted out of high school, though.
Yeah, but I think he's been up and down a little bit, so...
They got Buxton.
They got Buxton. Buxton's having a good spring.
Don't forget Buxton.
Buxton's having a good spring. We'll see. I got him on my fantasy team. Late. And then I had a few more here I wanted to highlight. You got Brendan Rodgers on the cheap. So Brendan Rodgers is probably going to make the team. I mean, he already did make the team, but he's probably going to be up. $135 for a 9.510. And he's in the top 20 ranked prospects right now. So that's kind of a discount, really, compared to we were just looking at Royce Lewis and things like that.
But it's my issue with that is the Rockies. Name a Rockies prospect that's driven the market, and you're going to say Arenado. And his cards, if he played for the Dodgers, the Red Sox, or the Yankees, they would be double or 3 times the amount they sell for now.
Well, and he's an interesting story. So his stuff wasn't very high until he won a couple Gold Gloves.
And he was like, he
didn't have prospect height.
Hitting like 30 bombs a year and basically hitting over 300. And finally, I mean, after 3 to 4 years of putting up those type of numbers, his cards started creeping up a little bit. I don't like Brendan Rodgers for that fact.
Right.
I don't know. especially with offensive players in Colorado. There's that fact that, it's a hitter's ballpark.
Right.
The altitude, all that stuff. I think it affects
It all
the card
plays
market.
into it. It all plays into it. And then the last one was this guy, Nolan Gorman, out of the most recent 2018 draft, the last Bowman that just came out. Blue refractor auto, number to 150, 9/5/10, $1,226. The guy hit a home run in his first spring training at bat, and he's the first drafted player to be in spring training that was born in 2000, which is when we graduated.
Damn.
Born in 2000. So, and actually, this card is right here in my hands. That's the card you're seeing. So that's going to come to a Mojo buy. I probably overpaid, but Mojo buyback called the Cycle. Well, it's going to be sealed wax and buyback cards. So Nolan Gorman Blue will be in there as well. And kid's young and lots of raw power there for Nolan Gorman playing for the Cardinals. So, but that is crazy to me. That price is crazy.
That's a good team. That's a good team for a prospect.
Yeah. And what was he drafted? He was 19th overall. So out of Glendale, Arizona. He's only 5'10", though. Or no, he was born 5'10", 2000. He's 6'1". 6'1". So 5'10", 2000. Dang, man, that's crazy. 00 on the card.
Cat.
So, but what do you guys think? Who are you guys collecting? What was there a prospect that I missed? Michael G in the chat said Story for the Rockies, which when he came out, when he came up, got called up. He was killing it for a little while. His cards were going up a little bit. So,
but they've
Jameson
never
Hannah?
They've never gone up to, the Gleyber Torreses and the Otanis and there's never been a Rocky player prospect that has driven the market,
right,
or even got close to driving the market.
Well, the whole NL West, besides the Dodgers, none of those prospect teams sell. Giants prospects don't sell. Padres prospects don't really sell.
Because the Padres probably have one of the best, if not the best, farm system.
Yeah, they do.
And Fernando Tatis, his stuff is selling for a lot of money right now.
Yeah, Tatis stuff is going way up too.
But the rest of the guys, is it Margot? Margot's on their team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Margot wasn't a Padre. He was in a trade, wasn't he? Wasn't he a Red Sox?
He was. Yeah, he was drafted by the Red Sox, came over to the Padres. He's played for a little while, though.
I think he was up last year.
I think he had an injury.
I think he was up
coming
last
back.
year.
So,
I'm high on the Padres.
Mickey Moniak, yeah, he is. I think I just bought a gold auto Mickey Moniak for like $200. I couldn't believe it.
Kyle Lewis.
Yep, Kyle Lewis on the Mariners.
He stays healthy.
Yep, he's another good prospect. Busta, what's up? What's up? Well, that pretty much does it for the show, guys. Check out mojobreak.com for breaks upcoming. We got Inception this week. We have Flawless Football coming out next week, so we have pre-sales of Flawless Football on the website. Gypsy Queen for baseball. Those hard-signed Gypsy Queen autos are really, really nice. We're going to be doing Inception pretty much all throughout the weekend. Cornerstones Basketball, brand new 18-19 release. Our Buyback the Cycle should be coming out in a few weeks, hopefully. We're putting in the finishing touches on that. It should be awesome. Bought a lot of big cards and got some really nice sealed wax. So thank you guys for tuning into the show. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Some other podcasts that I do recommend out there that I listen to, if you're interested in listening to, more about this hobby and ups and downs and prices and breaking news and stuff like that, Breaker Culture's got a great podcast, and we're actually sponsoring one of their I don't know if it's already closed for entries, but they're doing like a March Madness bracket thing where you could win a $50 gift card from us, amongst other things. So check them out. Good listen. They do a lot more research on pricing than us. So a lot of great analysis. They've got guests, which we don't usually have either, just us. But great show to listen to. Sports Card Radio and Sports Card News is another show I listen to. So check them out, and tune in to Go GTS Live when I can. I'm more of a podcast guy, but when I can tune in live, I check out Go GTS. So those are the ones that I feel have the best opinion in this hobby, that kind of more entrenched in the hobby like us, where we're opening up cases and things like that, and we can kind of give analysis on the product. So those are my recommended shows.
About the Cards is really good, too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Man, Shep Show's awesome as well, and they do a lot of great stuff, and I can't believe I forgot. Apologies there. They do a lot of great analysis on the living set stuff, which it fascinates me.
I think they're also live on YouTube I think it's like, is it Wednesday evening?
Yes, Wednesday evening. So I think Wednesday or Thursday.
I think it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
I think Go GTS Live is Thursday.
Yeah, and you could follow all those guys on Twitter, About the Cards on Twitter as well. So, well, without further ado, we've got a sold-out Inception random that we need to get into, guys. So thanks for tuning in. As always, check out mojobreak.com and mojobreak_com on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you subscribe to us here on YouTube. You'll know when we're live, when we're doing breaks. We're live 7 days a week doing breaks. All of our breaks are scheduled. So you know they're going to break. They're guaranteed to break. And we always have, different strokes for different folks on the website. So, but till next week, guys, we'll see you for episode 86, and we're out.
And that's it. Thanks for watching this episode. Visit mojobreak.com for more info and your break spot. And we will see you next time on